Hey, congratulations for this film. Now I noticed there were name changes for for the film, and now it's called what? Murderous Trance. Could you explain all the name changes?
No, I mean that was our U.S. sales agency who proposed, that in this market, because we're going to release the film here also later, that they told that we need to get a name which tells what is this story about. Even the Guardian Angel tells, but if you haven't seen the film, then actually it doesn't connect you to the story, and so that's the reason, and that's why we kept also both names there.
Guardian Angel is almost a misleading title because there's almost a positive or spiritual soulfulness to it, and in reality, the true story is about a murderous trance. It's about a guy who used the idea that he was someone's guardian angel to do something very horrifying. So it's a fascinating and disturbing play on the title, actually, and we realized that the title Murderous Trance tells the story actually more accurately.
Could you talk about your character, Josh, and why you were attracted to a project like this?
So I play a true character named Bjorn Skå-Nielsen, who was involved in the only known case of hypnosis being used in a bank robbery, a crime, and in a murder, where Bjorn, the guy I played, had put another man hypnotized him and put him in a trance in order to commit the crime. And in real life, the case went all the way to the courts, and the courts determined that it wasn't actually the person who had committed the crime's fault. It was the person who had put him in the trance. It was his fault, and they both went to prison. But actually, Bjorn Skå-Nielsen, who I play, went to prison for a lot longer because he was the reason why he committed the crimes. And the character was just ultimately, Hannibal Lecter-like fascinating. He was as truly disturbing and truly brilliant and Renaissance man at the ultimate level, a man who, introduced popcorn into Denmark, who brought yoga and many spiritual Eastern sort of New Age practices in the 1950s to Copenhagen, Denmark, and at the same time was a serial killer. It was crazy, remarkable.
Kind of using these very positive methods for the evil things, and that's what happens with us also. That we have a lot of great positive things, and hypnosis is the thing that you can do great things, and it's a great tool for the positive things. But you can use it also wrong, and make a lot of harm and negative things.
Well,
and that's a film about that as well.
Okay, let me conclude with this. Where did you first heard of this story, and why was Josh here? Perfect.
Yeah, I was researching a long time the story, and in the 19th I read the story about one book, which was describing different, the crimes which has been done influenced by the hypnosis, and I was studying also hypnosis and other methods around that area, and I was practicing that, and then I was also reading a lot, and that was I was very captivating about this story because it describes so well how individual person can be lead, how you can go inside of his moral, and then you can take over this moral, because you cannot act against moral, but you can go inside of that, and then you can make things happen. And the same thing happened in the present world, and I was excited about that, telling this story about the individual people versus what happens with the masses. And then we wanted to get to somebody who can capture this energy, charisma, and then I felt that Josh has all of this, including his great eyes and voice, and also this handsome look, which is the kind of the great mix with this character. And I watched, some of the. I was the first one who found, this guy who was hypnotized, because he changed his name, since he was released from the mental hospital, and he personally told me about the story. Then I watched, the tapes about this Bjorn Skå-Nielsen, how he was police integration, he was telling, and how he was mesmerizing this policeman with his talking. And those were the material I was starting to look the right person for this character, and then we found the Josh, with those beautiful things.
Excellent. So basically he was saying you're very hypnotic.
I'm capable of a murderous trance.
Wait, thank you very much, gentlemen. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.